Oh my goodness, it is time, guys, for season 4 of The Legend of Korra, a legendary series that we've been going through, and we are in the final season of it. That's crazy. It's exciting and it's sad. I'm gonna be sad when this is over for a multitude of reasons. I'm gonna be sad to say goodbye to the show. I'm gonna be sad because there's gonna be no more TV show anime universe stuff for a while until we get the earthbending Avatar show, if we get it. I mean, look, there's a part of me that is like really worried it's gonna be cancelled or something. I don't know. So yeah, we have to hold out hope until that comes out. I'm also just gonna be sad to be done with this audience of people who are watching these Legend of Korra videos. I've been really enjoying all of your comments and everything that you've been doing with me throughout this series. So yeah, I mean, once this series is over, or even now, hopefully you can find some other stuff on my channel you enjoy and that you can comment on, you can watch, you know, because I've just really liked these comments. I've really liked this community, and I would love if there's other stuff of mine that you enjoy. So make sure to go check that out. See if there is actually maybe something else, because it'd be cool to have you stick around, you specifically. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna be jumping into season 4 now. I'll say that season 4 is the season that I know the least about. I genuinely, like, I know so little about the season. I think every other season, I knew something about it going into it. Season 1, I knew, like, you know, the things we get introduced to right away, you know, like who Korra is and, like, stuff like that. Season 2, I knew that it was, like, a lesser liked season, and I knew, like, a couple tiny things in there. Season 3, I knew that everyone adored. But season 4, now that we're getting into it, like, I don't know. I don't know nothing. I know nothing. So, I'm kind of excited about that, kind of nervous. I don't even really have too many predictions. I mean, the cool thing about the Zaheer thing is it really piggybacked nicely off of what happened in season 2. So if they were to continue that, like, we'd be having something that piggybacked off of what Zaheer has done. So maybe it would be to do with the revolution and Ba Sing Se and stuff. Like, I don't really know how they resolved that part of it. So maybe it's something about the Earth Kingdom and them uprising or you know, falling apart or whatever. I'm not 100% sure. Oh yeah, and at the end of last episode we had that really depressing, like, Korra was still recovering. Oh, I forgot about that until this moment right here, man. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna be getting into this episode. Yeah, as I said, support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and my Patreon account is in the description below. If you're watching this on YouTube, my Patreon account is many, many episodes ahead. It's like 4 or 5 episodes ahead. So if you want to jump over there, you're gonna get, you know, half the season right then and there. So yeah, anyway, let's jump into this. This is episode 1 of season 4 of The Legend of Korra. Book for balance. After all these years.
Welcome. Visit Air Temple Island, the hub for all airbenders.
Okay, we're getting a tourism video.
Take us named in honor of you know who. We've missed
In
her these past 3
honor?
years, and we can't wait to welcome
3-year time skip?
And
Yo!
of course, we want to see our most people live harmoniously together. Like this old codger and his new
Oh, this
car.
guy.
Come be a part of the action in Republic City.
Damn, can't believe it's been 3 years without Korra.
Goes to Asami Sato and
Aw,
Future Industries.
look how pretty she is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world is entering a new age of peace and
Oh.
prosperity. Soon,
Jinora grew back her hair.
Rightful place on the earth.
Maybe you can give me a personal tour sometime. What do you say?
Are you hitting on
I
her?
like the idea of
Fuck
going
off.
on a train and far away.
That's funny. Maybe I should introduce myself. I'm Prince Wu, future king.
Prince Wu.
Yeah.
I'm still human, just like everyone else.
Are you the son of the Earth Queen?
So what do you say? Can I show you a low-key night out with a superhuman soon-to-be king?
No, thank you.
President Raiko has some really important king stuff to talk to you about.
No? Think over the offer. I'll be back.
Ugh.
How can you stand being his bodyguard?
Well,
Oh, you're his
I just remind
bodyguard.
myself that once he's on the
And that works?
I also go home and smash my head into the wall for an hour to get the stress out.
Fair enough.
You hear from Bolin lately?
I haven't talked to him for a while, but he's
Really?
coming in a few days for the coronation.
I can't wait to see her. It's gonna be weird having
Wow.
the Team Avatar back in
I
the
didn't
sea after
expect
all
a
these
time
years.
skip.
I don't have to remind everyone what happened to my great aunt 3 years ago.
Oh, your great aunt? Okay,
May
that's
she rest in peace.
right.
Kingdom pretty much stabilized at this point.
Kuvira does,
Define
okay.
Pretty much.
Don't worry, kid. The chances of you being assassinated are almost zero.
Almost.
Jeez, guys! Oh, shit. Oh, here are the airbenders coming to save the day! Opal and Kai! They got air suits? That... What the fuck? That makes a lot of sense, but whoa! Holy shit!
It's safe to come out, everyone. The airbenders are here.
Oh, and they like...
Finally
That's
made it.
awesome. They like
So what are the
attach
rest of
with
you?
buttons. That's cool.
Actually,
Cut off our supply lines, and all he sent is you two kids.
Two. I mean, they can do it.
Just took care of those.
Unfortunately, the Air Nation is spread thin right
Of course, there's very few of them. Opal and Kai can do it. We know Kai's a very good airbender. Opal, I'm not sure, but she's cute as fuck.
Excellent. Thank you, Bolin.
Holy
90% there,
shit.
Kuvira.
That's great!
Barracks here.
Julie!
Is 100% reunited.
Okay.
There are rocks on the tracks. It's most likely bandits. We're sending troops to handle the situation.
Oh, rocks. We can't deal with
I will take care of
them.
the bandits myself.
Okay, so that's Kuvira, right? I'm just making sure I remember what she looks like. Because they set her up a little bit last season, but not a crazy amount. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty sick. That's so awesome. Oh, what an inspired bending choice. That's cool as shit, man. Oh, and then like connect them all together, like magnetize them. Whoa. Okay, pretty sick introduction to how cool her bending is. She's so serious though. Is she gonna be like a problem? Maybe she goes a bit too far.
Aren't you?
we're sorry. We didn't know this was your train, and it's...
Oh,
Don't talk over me.
she's pretty unforgiving.
Take mercy on us.
All the opportunity to rehabilitate yourselves and
Okay.
become productive members of your nation.
Is that true? I hope that's
Now,
true.
You're lost. Hopefully, someone saves you before the next train speeds through.
Oh.
But I wouldn't count on it.
Pledge our loyalty to you, Great Uniter.
Okay, that's a pretty evil smirk she's got there. I'm worried.
We're talking minimum 4 hours.
Are you kidding me? What are you having done that takes 4 hours?
A
Everything.
rejuvenating tea leaf skin wrap. Oh, you will be.
I mean, he seems like a bit of a douche, but
So while your hands
Not the
shake
worst
and
thing in the
look back,
world.
Your feet are in a tub. Gobble them right up.
like he just seems like an annoying dude. Now, if I was a woman, I wouldn't want to be around him. Oh, there are some cheers. Like 3 or 4. Oh no, are these assassins? They might be. That's the classic assassin stance. Oh, he's assassinating him with pies. Alright, you don't have to be like, go, go! It's not that
Vera supporters
serious.
in the crowd.
It's a gusher.
That's not blood. It's strawberry pie.
I don't know what would have happened if you weren't there.
You
You would have been hit by pies, yeah.
Not that big of a deal.
Oh, I could have been. Did you say strawberry pie? I'm allergic to strawberries.
Oh, shit.
I don't think I can breathe.
You're allergic to bee stings.
Right. I always get those two mixed up.
Oh my god.
Look. Hey, what's your boyfriend doing here?
If he's here, he must be with Kuvira and my brother. This isn't going to be good.
Bolin!
I want Opal and Bolin to talk.
Kuvira says it makes me look intelligent and professional.
I could barely
Don't
tell he
believe
had new
everything she
hair.
says.
I missed you so much.
Look at that hug!
Please. Opal, we're not here to bicker with you about something that happened 3 years ago.
I've heard how you help towns by conquering them.
I know the rumors
Oh,
about
no.
making you pretty nasty. The people to achieve their own greatness.
Your fiance?
You haven't heard?
Right.
Your brother and I are getting married.
Hooray.
Great,
Congrats.
sweetie.
Hello, Governor.
Oh no,
I
I'm
was wondering
scared.
if you and I could talk privately.
You can see how her
So,
face
have you had
went
time to
a lot
rethink
less
my
soft
generous
there.
offer? Agree to the terms, and you'll have the full force of my army backing you.
She's kind
You
of
will
taking
remain in
advantage of
charge,
this
just under
situation.
my supervision. I think that's pretty generous.
Oh, oh, what's gonna happen to this guy?
Force them to join up under you just because it's rich in ore.
Mm-hmm.
They might call you the Great Uniter. I'll never turn the great state of Yar
Oh, no.
over to you.
What's gonna happen to him? What's she gonna
You have a
do?
lot of feed you're hungry when all that is left is rubble.
Okay, she's just yelling.
Unless you take my generous offer.
No thanks. Don't cower to her. Don't give in.
We're not wanted here. What
Okay,
happened?
he didn't give
It
in.
appears we can't make a deal right now. You get the governor to sign it, and you'll have all the help you need.
Oh my god.
There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. Hey.
Oh. Oh
Opal,
shit.
please.
Leave if that's what you're going to do.
Bolin's too dumb to know any better. He is doing kind of the wrong thing, but it's part of his job and he doesn't
We might
know
not need their help after all. The roads
what it
may
all
be
means,
impassable,
I think.
But not the skies.
Because of you and the other farmers around here, we have more than enough food to feed the town until we can get some reinforcements.
Look how sweet they are compared to Kuvira.
He's growing up.
I just hope we're not growing apart.
Oh,
Speaking of long-distance relationships...
it has got to be tough.
How are you and Jinora doing?
Yeah.
Actually, you hear that?
No, I want to hear more about their relationship. Fuck. Go away, plane.
Bandits.
Bandits have planes now? This is crazy. They must have hijacked it from somewhere. Yeah, not a great idea to try to hijack from airbenders in the air. Oh, I mean, he's got a plan with the little tether. Oh, and he sat it with his back to the cargo. That's smart. And now he's taking it? Oh, shit. Never mind. They had this planned. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, good boy or girl. Boy? I don't know.
It might be time to make a tough call.
Oh, fuck. That's too tough a call, man. Shit.
Did I ever really have a choice?
Yeah, god damn. We haven't seen Korra this whole fucking episode.
To know who I am. Turn into Milo the Man.
Okay. I think I like you slightly more, Milo, now.
Completely unrecognizable.
You're going to Ba Sing Se with the prince.
Fuck, man.
Tried to get you out of it, but
This can't be happening. I'm not even an Earth Kingdom citizen.
Surely
I work for the
he can
Republic
just
City Police Department.
quit.
more. Pawn and Raiko's diplomatic game.
God.
Try talking.
There's a Southern Water Tribe ship pulling up to the dock.
Korra!
Okay. It's been 3 years, so she would have recovered by now, I imagine. That's the whole point. Holy shit, man. Those are gonna be things we're gonna have to fight later in the season. It seems like most of these soldiers like helping people, though, including Bolin. It's just Kuvira's methods that are a little messed up. God. It's reminiscent of Fire Nation, but it's nicer than the Fire Nation, but yeah. Bolin, buddy. She's not happy with you. Oh, Naga? Father?
And everyone is excited to see the Avatar again.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Isn't Korra already here?
What?
Korra left the South Pole 6 months ago. She's written me letters.
What?
She said she was here in Republic City.
Huh?
I assure you.
Then where is she?
What the what? Oh, she's doing like underground training? I mean, fight ring? Okay, she looks as cute as ever. Oh my god. This is like an evolved version of Toph's fighting ring. Although it looks even more black market than that.
You kind of look like that Avatar girl.
I get that a lot.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, I got so much to think about and talk about. Okay, so cool opening to the season. Wow. Well, first and foremost, we had a time skip, baby. That's really cool. I think a good time skip is a lot of fun. And this is a good time in the series to do it. I guess it makes sense. They did kind of the same thing in Avatar Last Airbender, although it was a smaller time skip. But in the final season of The Last Airbender, it was like Aang woke up and there'd been a time skip. But the difference was the main character didn't perceive that time that he was gone. And also it wasn't that long. I can't remember if it was like 6 months or something. But it wasn't that long. But now with this season, I mean, everyone here perceived the time that had been gone, and it's 3 fucking years. That's a long time, man. And that's long enough that we see some significant changes. I think that this was a good idea for several reasons. The first being that if you're gonna have like the revolution and like the Earth Kingdom having its troubles and falling apart from season 3 with Zaheer, then like if we were just to jump right into that with season 4, it would kind of just be them trying to deal with chaos and stuff. So what they've done here is they've made it like 3 years into it, so it's a bit more structured. We can kind of understand what the problem is, and we've already started to deal with it. And by the looks of Kuvira's little map, she's already like taken over most of the Earth Kingdom again. Like it's down to the last little sections that she needs to take care of. So that's a great idea. It also allows our characters to have been apart for a while, and we get to see them coming together, which is very narratively satisfying a lot of the time because the characters have grown a lot off screen and we get to sort of play with new dynamics between them. And I mean, yeah, and it also just gives a different tone immediately. So the tone we're seeing right now is like that ending with like Korra being fighting in an underground ring for the past 6 months is and not only fighting but losing. She lost in that battle, and I mean, I know, you know, she's only using earthbending in that situation, but Korra doesn't lose very often. Like, she's amazing. So I'm surprised that she's losing, but I think this might be possibly her way of easing back into this stuff and also giving herself an outlet for the frustration she's feeling. And I'm curious for the upcoming episodes because I'm sure we're gonna get some really interesting dives into Korra's character as a whole and what she's going through right now, because yeah, as I said, at the end of last season she was not happy, and she was like broken, and it was like she wasn't just like, she was obviously physically injured quite a lot, you know, and so part of it was that, but like she was spiritually and emotionally broken on the inside, which was heartbreaking to see. And now we're seeing like she's kind of improved and healed physically, but she's still got that scar. Now I'm curious what that scar is going to be, because I'm thinking right off the top of my head right now, trying to figure it out. Let's see if I can get a prediction on how she's feeling right now. Zaheer wanted to take down the Avatar. She went through a pretty traumatizing experience where she you know, almost died, and she was forced into the Avatar state, and she was in this like, she would kind of lost control in the Avatar state. And yeah, I mean, they did end up capturing Zaheer, but there was a lot of shit that went down, a lot of destruction. Like, I feel like it's something to do with the fact that, like, maybe some of what Zaheer was thinking and was saying got to her a little bit, because like at this point we've had like Amon, who I think she understands had a point, because the opposite of Amon was Tarlok, who Korra was against as well. And then with Unalaq, she knows that Unalaq had a point because she agreed with him in the end. His main goal in the end, she agreed with and went with that. So maybe now she's also being like, yeah, I mean, Zaheer might have been right as well. Maybe she doesn't feel like she should be the Avatar. She should be being held up on this pedestal anymore. So maybe she's trying to deal with that in her own mind, and like also maybe she's just like trying to take a step back and go like, hey, look, here, the world will be fine without me. So what's my purpose in the world? You know, so maybe she's spiraling a bit and going like, look, I can't get anything done right. Everyone else is always, or everything else is always going wrong because of the things I'm doing. Like maybe she kind of blames herself for all the stuff that Zaheer did, because Zaheer did a lot of that stuff in opposition to her. So she thinks maybe I guess technically, like, she's the one who kept the spirit portals open, which is what gave the airbending powers to Zaheer, which is how he escaped, which is how he took down the Earth Nation. So maybe she's feeling guilt from that, you know? I don't know. But that's kind of like so many steps to take, and it, like, that action also did bring back the Air Nation, but, like, you know, people who are down on themselves, they will ignore the good things they did and only see the bad things that they did. So I'm not quite sure. Let's talk about some other stuff, because I can't really predict Korra's... Like, I think I've got a pretty good grasp of Korra's character overall. And I think some of you guys have said that in the comments, that you feel like I understand Korra pretty well. So I don't want to make any major statements right now, because I feel like I don't want to ruin that streak I've got with her. And also, like, admittedly, they haven't given me as much information, and I think I'll need to piece it together a little bit over the next few episodes. I like that at the end of last episode, I said, like, oh man, I liked Jinora's hair. Like, that's the only disappointment I had, was that Jinora shaved her head to get the tattoos, obviously, but I liked her hair. She got her hair back, baby. She's still got the tattoo there, but she's got her hair. It's great. I'm so happy about that. And now, what's his name? I always forget the boy's name, because there's Iki, Jinora, and the guy, the boy, but the boy has hair now as well, and I think he kind of looks better with hair. And we only saw a little bit of Iki, but the one little sarcastic comment she made was funny as well. So it was cool seeing Tenzin's kids growing up a bit, because a lot of the time when you do time skips, like, the kids are the ones you want to keep your eye on, because, like, kids grow so much in a short amount of time, you know? Like, the difference between a 5-year-old and a 8-year-old is, like, massive, you know? But the difference between a 30-year-old and a 33-year-old is like nothing, absolutely nothing. So when you do time skips, like, the kids are the ones that they kind of have to change the most, and we've seen that. We saw that here. I'm finding the Kuvira stuff. Okay, so the Kuvira stuff is interesting, because if Kuvira is going to be the villain of this season, which it kind of feels like that's the way they're setting her up, then, like, then that makes sense for a couple things. Like, one, it kind of makes sense why she was in last season and they gave her, because there was like a bit in the finale where she was like, I'm Kuvira or whatever. And I think I said, like, that was weird. Why did they like focus on that, you know? And I think now in hindsight, they probably focused on Kuvira because they knew that they were gonna be doing stuff with that character, and they wanted us to make sure we remember her. Also, because she's voiced by Zelda Williams, and I did think, like, it's really cool that Zelda Williams is in this, and I think that's really cute. But yeah, it is kind of like a weird small character for her to be. But no, it makes sense if she's the villain of this season. I mean, that's a good way to use her. But again, I mean, I don't really know too much of Zelda Williams' filmography other than her being the daughter of Robin Williams. So I'm not sure. But man, she's got a great name, huh? Like, just being named after Legend of Zelda. Like, I love the name Zelda. I think it's such a cute name. And then having Robin Williams as your father and having his last name, like, that's a success story right there. Feel like that's, you know, that I would be proud to say that name. But Kuvira, I wouldn't be proud to be Kuvira, because it's really interesting because at the very end there, she like steps out of the train and she goes, well, you're all under my protection. And it's like, we're seeing that what she's doing for the village is good. She's getting them food, she's getting them supplies, she's saving them from the bandits. That's all good, you know? But she's taking resources from them to build her own resources. And she's kind of obsessed with people swearing loyalty to her. Like, that's the big thing. She really wants people to, like, actually say out loud that they are surrendering to her, which is, like, where I think she's starting to get off on the power of it, you know? Like, it feels like she's not just doing it for like, saving the Earth Nation. She actually wants the power, which is kind of sad because it means it kind of makes me feel like the Earth Kingdom is being pushed back in the direction of, again, having another person like the Earth Queen or the Dai Li, you know, like it feels like the Earth Kingdom constantly have had these leaders who like have an ego and are trying to control the information and the populace largely, you know? And what's happening here is the Earth Kingdom's risen up so much that there's like chaos ensuing, and the people that are saving them are members of the Earth Kingdom who seem to want to bring back the status quo of the people in power controlling everything and controlling the information and such, right? That's what it feels like. So what we might be doing here is where the other seasons have had like characters doing bad things with a good intention, it seems like Kuvira might be the opposite, where she's doing like good things but for the wrong reasons. And if so, that is a clever way to spin the Legend of Korra villain archetype that they've built up. So I mean, I don't know how exactly it's going to play out, and I don't know if Kuvira is the main villain of the season, but like she got some music, you know, like, you know, when a character's the villain, when they get certain pieces of music, and she got some of that music. I mean, her fight scene was pretty sick, like when she was taking out all the bandits and like shooting these metallic circle things onto people. So I mean, it really feels like she learned from Sue. Because in the last season, in the last episode of the last season, Sue did the thing where she like tossed off her breastplate and wrapped it around their face, you know? And it was like this really sick piece of metal bending. Seems like that's what Kuvira does all the time. That's her main style. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I feel like we're seeing her influences there. And final thing I want to talk about, I think, because I don't want this video to go on forever, is Opal and Bolin. I think I wanna be clear that sometimes when I'm talking about Bolin, let me put you in my mind state, okay? I'm doing reaction videos. In reaction videos, I have the 20 minutes where I'm watching the episode and then the discussion afterward. In the discussion, I can ramble on, I can explain myself, can stumble over my words as much as I want. When I'm in a reaction, I'm trying to watch the show, I'm trying to take in the information, and then I'm trying to get my thoughts of what's happening out in as short a time span as possible, because I don't want to talk over dialogue. I don't want to make people think that I'm skipping parts of the show. I don't want to miss anything major. And I want to make the editing easier for myself, let's be honest. So because of that, I shorten my thoughts into very quick little statements. And because of that, I end up simplifying some things. So I'm going to expand out a little bit. Bolin, I don't think is necessarily really stupid. You know, he's got a great heart. I mean, he's definitely in the same way that like Luffy in One Piece is stupid but incredibly emotionally intelligent. I think Bolin's very much the same way. He's not super smart, but he does, like, he's a very emotional guy, and he cares about other people, and he knows when other people are hurting as well, and tries to get behind them, especially when it's people like Mako or Korra. Like, he'll really try to rally behind them. So I don't mean to be harsh when I'm like, Bolin's too stupid to understand what's going on. I think he could understand what's going on, but the thing is, it's a bit too complex for Bolin to. I don't think he has the intelligence and the balls, for lack of a better term, to push back against something which on the surface seems good. You know, like I think what he sees is Kuvira is going around and we're saving towns from raiders. And Kuvira, mostly to him especially, doesn't seem like a bad person. So we're going around and we're saving people, you know, like, great, sounds good, you know, but obviously it's a lot more complex than that. But I don't think he can really figure out that complexity to a strong degree, because he just wants to follow people and help them. You know, he's a little puppy dog. He's like, you're throwing the stick for him and he's going and grabbing the stick and coming back and bringing it to you. And he's like, did I do good? I brought you the stick, you know? Now, if the stick you're throwing is a stick of dynamite and he's bringing it to a well that's full of orphaned children and dropping it down, like, he all he knows is he's still just getting the stick that they threw and bringing it back. Like, he doesn't actually know, like, some of the things that he's doing, I don't think. And the problem is, he's got someone like Opal is clearly intelligent. And I mean, yeah, we've seen like her be intelligent in the past because of the way that she spoke to Lin and such, where she sort of seemed to try to connect with Lin a lot, and I feel like it took a lot of maturity and intelligence to try to get through to someone who had been so harsh to her family. And also she like sees through Bolin's bullshit and stuff, and I think she's just secure enough in her own intelligence that she doesn't feel like Bolin has to prove himself. And so when we have this situation, like, Opal is trying to convince Bolin, like, hey, you want to help people, that like we need to just stay here and help people, no strings attached. And Bolin's like, sorry honey, I'm just doing what I'm told. But Bolin doesn't really understand like the severity of what Opal's asking for. Like, she's trying to take a moral stance, and Bolin like really genuinely thinks it's out of his hands. So I think like this is really upsetting for him, because he's like, He's like, hey, look, Opal, I'm helping people. I'm giving them apples and I'm carrying stuff for them and I'm bringing them supplies. And he looks over to Opal for approval and doesn't see it in her. I don't think he understands why she's not approving, because he is helping people. He's doing the right thing, but what she wants, like what she's upset about is what he's not doing, which is standing up to Kuvira, doing the right thing, separating himself from her, you know? So, but like, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Poor Bolin and poor Opal and poor everyone in this situation. Leave it to a season premiere of Legend of Korra to have so much for me to discuss. I would genuinely like to keep talking about this episode, but I can't. I'll lose my voice, and the further in that I go, the more I tend to ramble and go in circles and stumble over my words, so I'll stop right here. Great episode though. I really enjoyed it and I'm excited for what the season has to come. So if you could, remember I'm a small channel and support the video as best you can, liking, commenting and subscribing. All that stuff really helps me out. And go to my Patreon account, which is in the description below, if you want the full-length reactions as well as early access. You can get the next many episodes right now on there. There's also exclusive videos and a VIP tier to recommend a reaction if you want to do that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.